Canada may be on the verge of one of the most surprising defense shifts in decades. Reports indicate Ottawa is reviewing options that could replace roughly 60 planned F-35 fighters with Swedish Gripens assembled in Montreal. If true, the decision would not only reshape Canada's Air Force but could also transform its aerospace industry and redefine major defense partnerships across North America and Europe. Why is Canada reconsidering a fighter program many believed was already settled? And could this be part of a much larger strategic shift? Welcome back to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Let's dive into the developments driving this increasingly surprising debate. Number 5. The bigger story. Canada quietly expands beyond Washington. The discussion surrounding Canada's fighter fleet is part of a much larger geopolitical shift. For decades, Canadian defense procurement centered heavily on American equipment and North American integration through NORAD and NATO. While that partnership remains essential, Ottawa has gradually expanded its defense relationships beyond traditional suppliers. A major example came when Canada selected Saab's GlobalEye airborne early warning aircraft, built on Bombardier's Global 6500 platform, instead of Boeing's E-7 Wedgetail. At the same time, European submarine proposals, deeper NATO industrial cooperation, and discussions involving future aerospace programs such as the United Kingdom, Japan, and Italy's GCAP 6th generation fighter project have emerged. Individually, these moves seem unrelated. Together, they suggest Canada is seeking greater flexibility, diversification, and a stronger position within the global aerospace and defense industry. But diversification alone doesn't explain why Ottawa is actively reviewing a fighter acquisition many believed had already been finalized. Number 4. The fighter shock. Ottawa reopens the F-35 debate. For years, the F-35 appeared destined to become the foundation of Canada's future Air Force. In 2023, Ottawa announced plans to acquire 88 F-35A Lightning II stealth fighters, ending one of the longest procurement battles in Canadian defense history. Many assumed the issue was settled. However, recent reporting indicates the review process remains active. According to reports, policymakers have examined a potential mixed fleet, consisting of roughly 30 F-35s alongside about 60 Saab Gripens. Although Canada officially continues to support the 88 aircraft F-35 program, future procurement decisions remain subject to government review. The debate now extends far beyond stealth capabilities or combat performance. Saab's proposal includes technology transfer, local assembly, domestic maintenance, engineering participation, software development, and long-term industrial involvement, making the conversation increasingly about sovereignty, manufacturing, and economic benefits. Yet the growing interest in the Gripen isn't being driven by Canada alone. Events unfolding across Europe and South America may be strengthening Saab's position worldwide. Number 3. Global momentum. The Gripen suddenly gains powerful allies. One of the most significant developments of 2026 is the growing international interest in the Saab Gripen. For years, the fighter was often viewed as a capable but smaller competitor compared to programs like the F-35. That perception is beginning to change. During late May and early June 2026, Ukraine moved forward with plans to acquire Gripen fighters, reportedly including 20 new Gripen E aircraft and 16 Gripen C/D variants, with discussions potentially expanding much further. Brazil is also continuing to grow its Gripen fleet while evaluating additional purchases. These developments matter because larger production volumes strengthen fighter programs. Expanded fleets create broader supply chains, stronger maintenance networks, improved parts availability, and greater long-term support. For Canada, a larger Gripen user community could reduce operational risk while improving sustainment opportunities. Saab has even discussed scenarios where Canadian facilities could participate in future production and support programs serving international customers. If you're enjoying this breakdown of Canada's fighter review and the growing competition between the F-35 and Gripen, take a second to subscribe to Piston Pundit and turn on notifications. We cover the stories behind the headlines, from aerospace and manufacturing to technology, transportation, and the geopolitical shifts shaping industries around the world. But the international success of the Gripen may not be the most important part of this story. The bigger opportunity could be where some of those aircraft are eventually built. Number 2. Montreal's opportunity, the factory prize nobody expected. Perhaps the most compelling part of Saab's proposal isn't the aircraft itself, it's where those aircraft could be built. For years, Saab has promoted a Built for Canada by Canadians approach that includes technology transfer, local assembly, engineering participation, maintenance support, and long-term industrial investment. If implemented, Montreal could strengthen its position as one of North America's premier aerospace centers. Canada already possesses a highly advanced aerospace sector spanning aircraft structures, avionics, engines, software, and advanced manufacturing. Adding fighter production could support thousands of skilled jobs across engineering, logistics, testing, maintenance, and research. Brazil's Gripen partnership demonstrates how local production can evolve into lasting industrial growth. For Canada, the potential benefits extend far beyond aircraft purchases, creating expertise, supply chains, innovation, and future export opportunities. Yet manufacturing jobs and industrial investment are only part of the equation. The biggest question remains whether the Gripen itself offers advantages that align with Canada's long-term military needs. Number 1. The Gripen question: does Canada need a different fighter? The Saab Gripen E was designed with a very different philosophy than the F-35. While the F-35 prioritizes stealth, sensor fusion, and highly networked warfare capabilities, the Gripen focuses on operational flexibility, affordability, rapid turnaround times, and dispersed operations. Those characteristics have gained renewed attention as military planners evaluate lessons from modern conflicts. One of the aircraft's most discussed strengths is its lower operating cost, potentially allowing more training and greater fleet readiness. The Gripen was also designed to operate from highways and remote locations, reflecting Sweden's Cold War defense strategy. That capability may prove valuable in Canada's Arctic regions, where vast distances, harsh weather, and limited infrastructure present unique challenges. Saab's emphasis on software participation and domestic involvement has also attracted attention among policymakers and industry leaders. Final verdict: Canada's fighter future remains wide open. Canada's fighter debate has become much bigger than replacing aging CF-18s. Today, the discussion includes industrial sovereignty, economic development, defense flexibility, technological independence, and Canada's future role within the global aerospace sector. The F-35 remains Canada's officially selected fighter and continues to offer some of the world's most advanced stealth and sensor capabilities. However, Saab's proposals, the Gripen's growing international presence, and discussions surrounding Canadian production have ensured the conversation remains open. If Ottawa eventually expands cooperation with Saab or adopts a mixed fleet strategy, Montreal could gain a larger role in aerospace manufacturing, while Canada strengthens its position within the global defense industry. The question now extends far beyond aircraft selection. It is about determining Canada's long-term strategic direction. Now we'd like to hear from you. Do you think Canada should stay fully committed to the F-35 program? Would a mixed fleet of F-35s and Gripens provide greater flexibility and value? Could fighter jet production in Montreal transform Canada's aerospace industry over the next decade? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. We always enjoy hearing different perspectives from the Piston Pundit community. If you enjoyed this analysis, be sure to subscribe to Piston Pundit and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next vehicle updates, aerospace developments, and industry deep dives. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.